I beg you to come closer, tune in and sit down. Listen to that.
This is showing 121.
Yo. Molly B. That's me. Me I beg you to come closer, tune in and sit down. Listen to that song till it done. I who introduced to get the youths them to the gun and turn them in a dan and give them place to run. A lot of people know the truth, but them are act dumb. Most of us trapped in the darkness and afraid of the sun. The youths them fed up of the system, them prefer boom and rum, and when it hard to get to work, across them I got turn. Nothing by chance, everything is systematic. The Constitution set away so poor people now have it. If you come from the ghetto, them say you're problematic. Them say you're boss, gun, thief, light and pickpocket. The youth them now the gully, them sell out just for your profit. Them never learn to work, so them punch them go drop it. The schools them will teach the skills, the government stop it. So I will forget the blame, thought the truth, speak the logic. The riches in Africa, the Europeans grab it. Every day I wonder if slavery still abolished. If you feed a hungry dog a bone, you him a gon' yam it. So why you think them put a black man in a the office? Cause every 4 years vote for me is a trend. Them cursing public, so we think the man a friend. Them betray the people with them political pens, but Buster man, Tia, nah, man a cousin them. Them divide many families, fuck up a lot of men. 2 party, 1 Jamaica, why the 2 of them no blend? The symbol for slavery, the fuckers represent the queen. So who are the fucking problem? A lot of stuff is happening, and me really concerned, cause the rest of them a hang out with the man them used to burn. The system fuck up, and me can use more than 1 word. Then me use a stone and kill more than 1 bird. 5 years for do the crime, 5 mil give you the bail. A lot of politicians will never see the jail. Wonder how Christopher Columbus did look where they must sail. Him the black, him the white, him the brown, him the pale. You don't believe in a your God, as me I heal. The truth will reveal itself, put the hammer to the nail. The bag of promises where them did promise it a steal. You destroy the track, the train will derail. Living in the ghetto to be good is not an option. All along it a go good, all of a sudden it a go wrong. The fucking government a just corruption, never govern. And when they speak the truth, them say you're crazy and a go mad. PNP corrupt, same thing with labor right.
Good night, each and everyone. Gene up and running.
Sleep now in bed at night. Them build a lot of road cause education and a drive. How the fuck we have rights when we don't even have a choice?
What a go on, me 360 family.
That's why the media keep showing fucker to win.
Yes, yeah. Good night. Genie. Up and running. Rich. Good night, each and everyone. So make we so go on. I don't even go waste no time, you know. We so go on with the election.
Phenomenally well in the 1 term. 2 years stolen by COVID, but she's done phenomenally well.
We so go on.
Services, the roads, I mean, the health centers, all of the wonderful things that Crystal has done. The water projects with Mac.
Alright.
Amazing stuff. Compared
I'm a fine an next channel right now.
Thank you so much.
Sorry?
Thank you so much. I know it's difficult to hear me. So that's the scene here at the JLP headquarters there. Maybe I could just get another supporter. Can you talk to me? Hi, good night. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What's your name?
JLP a party down at them headquarters.
Yes, I do. I'm very confident for the JLP.
It's not yet too early to declare.
Too early, that doesn't
Way too early.
Because we're confident, we put in the work, we have the achievements to prove that we deserve the 3rd term. So Dr. Holness,
When I hear good,
as well as our MPs.
Thank you so much. Well, that's the mood here at the JLP headquarters, Leon. I'll check in with you a few moments later.
when I hear good.
Thank you so much for that, Andrea. And yes, we'll continue to check in with you, and some more interesting results have been coming in. In fact, we are now seeing Clarendon Southeastern there with, okay, we moved on to St. Catherine Southwest. Okay.
Yes, no, maybe so.
So St. Catherine Southwest, Everall Warmington. Here's St. Catherine Southern, Fitzjackson. And St. Catherine Central, Olivia Babsy Grange. So we're kind of moving fast through those. Okay, here we go. St. Elizabeth Southwestern. And as the Sainty boy in the room, Earl, you get to do the honors here. Read the next couple for me.
Floyd Green of the JLP, he's the incumbent, 9,044. Miranda Wellington of the PNP, 7,650. And the significance of this particular seat is that it always goes to the party that wins nationally. So that may be one of the reasons why there is celebration at JLP headquarters at the moment.
Yes.
Clarendon Southeastern, Pernell Charles Jr. of the JLP, 1,824. Sian Barnswell of the PNP, 1,284. And Sian Thomas of the JPP, 13 votes. That's 27 boxes of 144. Clarendon Northern, Wavell Hines, the cricketer, 5,623 to Dwight Sibley's of the JLP, 5,407. Judy Lynn Casey Edwards of the JPP, 24 votes. That's 95 boxes of 104, of 100 rather. St. Thomas Eastern, 114 of 128 boxes. Yvonne Shaw continues to lead, 6,597. And the incumbent, Michelle Charles of the JLP, 6,188. Claudius Wong is on 31. And Jovian Blair of the JPP, 26. St. Thomas Western, James Robertson, the incumbent, 6,836. Hubert Williams of the PNP, 5,696. And Carleen Affleck of the JPP, 39 votes. That's 125 of 163 votes. Boxes rather. St. Andrew West Central, the constituency of the Prime Minister, very, very tight. 87 boxes of 105. Paul Buchanan of the PNP is now leading, 4,867 votes to Andrew Holness, 4,762.
What you said, Earl?
Are you stunned?
You don't see one having a sip.
Manchester Northeastern. You have Audrey Marks of the JLP performing according to tradition there. 6,589 to Valentin Wint of the PNP, 5,207. And Clive Warren of the JPP, he has 30 votes. If we could go back to that West Central for a moment. The PNP used to dominate that in the days of Dudley Thompson and David Core and AJ Nicholson.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a 1% lead at the moment for Paul Buchanan.
If we could go to St. Elizabeth again, let's see what the other weather vane is saying.
Southwest St. Elizabeth.
Wow. Norman Scott of the PNP, 1,004 votes. Franklin Witter, the incumbent from the JLP, 991, but it's only 17 of 109 boxes. Portland Eastern, 96 of 140 boxes. Isaac Buchanan of the PNP, 5,636. Anne-Marie Vaz, the incumbent of the JLP, 5,224. So it's a 4-point lead for Buchanan, and there are 23 votes for the JPP's Tracy Ann Gillespie Harris. I think, Dion, we need to remind the listeners that we call out these figures because we also have listeners on radio. Yes. Trelawney Northern, Tova Hamilton has taken the lead now over Wickham McNeil, 6,826 to McNeil, 6,792, and that's 123 of 146 boxes. So we're seeing the finish line up ahead.
Wow.
And Marissa Dalrymple Philibert has restored order in Central London Southern, 1,787 to Paul Patmore, 1,486. That's 26 of 96 boxes, though.
That have a way to go.
St. Mary's Southeastern, Norman Dunn, the incumbent, he is being tracked very closely by Christopher Brown. So Norman Dunn has 5,235. Christopher Brown, 5,112, and Mark Hutchinson has 20 votes for the JPP. St. Mary Western, Robert Montague continues to dominate there, 7,219 to Omar Woodbine, 6,398, and Chase Neal, 25 votes.
And this is another weather vane seat that indicates to the country as well what is likely to happen. Same for Southwest St. Elizabeth and the other one you mentioned a moment before. So we will see how Mr. Woodbine fares.
And in St. Andrew East Central, Dennis Gordon of the PNP, he's now doing very well, 6,425 to Davion Vassell of the JLP, 3,949, and Princess Ford of the JPP, 82. 106 boxes of 113.
Okay, here's St. Andrew West Rural. This is 136 boxes out of 140. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn of the JLP, 7,909 votes. The PNP's Joan Gordon Webley, 6,994. And that's been called for Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. St. Andrew Northwestern, 101 of 112 boxes. Dwayne Smith of the JLP, 5,648. Ethne Miller Simpson, 4,124. Orlando Robinson of the JPP, 106.
Nah, look good.
Here we are back in St. Andrew East Rural, 123 boxes of 137. Juliet Holness, 8,445. Patrick Peterkin, 7,487. Kamisha Hendricks, 45 votes of the UIC. Purchell Jackson of the JPP, 35 votes.
St. Andrew East Rural.
Eastern Portland,
So that is
130. Did we just read this? Has it moved?
That is just moved.
It has?
Just tightened.
Okay, 131 of 140 boxes. The PNP's Isaac Buchanan, 7,932. Anne-Marie Vaz of the JLP, 7,699. Portland West, this is nearly finished, and 102 of 104 boxes. The JLP's Darrell Val, 6,022 to the PNP's Doreen Campbell, 4,809. Michael Aiken of the JPP, 22 votes. St. James Central, 103 boxes of 104. So this has gone to
Nah,
Hillary
look
Clark
good
now.
for it.
6,486. The PNP's Janice Allen, 4,620.
Nah, look good.
Okay, and let's just take South, and then we go to a break. St. James Southern. This is nearly completed. Just one box left to be counted. And Nikisha Burchell,
Right, we're gone with that one, yeah.
6,398. Homer Davis of the JLP, 6,211. Leon Cunningham of the JPP, 16 votes. Let's go to a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Nah, look good for it. Nah, look good for me. Away. Jaja. Early still. Is what I say. Jaja. 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 So I want to say I gotta take it.
Big numbers for both sides of the aisle, and so with little under
30% of turnout. Numbers the lower than the last two
and we also want to
elections.
look at Trelawney Northern as we crunch the numbers. What's your intel telling you? What's the latest that you have on that? Any more inside information?
I want to take it.
I don't, but I would love to see if it could be pulled up on the screen. Okay, Tova Hamilton. Again, a G2K lady. This is a seat.
Nah, look good for the
let's see what the
PMP.
results come with.
Nah,
Yeah,
like.
right there. Tova Hamilton has edged ahead, is it? Well, we're seeing it change now.
By very, very small.
We're seeing the numbers actually change right before our eyes.
Yes.
Dr. Wickham
Yeah,
McNeil.
this is a seat that really, based on the numbers in the seat, it can go either way. And
Come
again,
on,
going
Kenneth,
back
take
to
that one,
just
yeah.
the politics. Wickham McNeil leaving from a previous safe seat, diving into Northern Trelawney. It'll be interesting to see how Tova gives him a run for his money.
In Southern Trelawney, Marissa Dalrymple Philibert is going up against Paul Patmore, and we see 26 of 96 boxes counted. Still early days, but just a slim lead for Dalrymple Philibert.
Mama D, a working member of parliament. This is a seat that we've counted in our winning columns.
Okay. All right. We'll continue to crunch those numbers. We'll continue to give you the very latest here on CVM's Decision 2025. Stay with us. So much more comes up after this.
Jaja. Why am I PMP them there? Spot to the day. It's early still, man. It's early. Get nervous. Cha-cha. 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 JLP a celebrate already. Rock toss a go on down at them place already. Cha-cha. I'm going with the one bag of sitting already. Jaja. Jaja. I say me two voice note. I know I wanna think out there. I know I wanna think out there. Go on, hold the faith still, but church. Early signs now too. Mind me of the early signs of Camilla. Church. Now I feel up of the energy like that. I wait for it come back, go on commercial. Now I feel up of the energy there. You see what I say? Nah, I feel that. They are still a go and hold it like a G. Yeah, thing no so uppity no more. Cha-cha. They are commercials still.
First customers in the areas of St. Catherine, Maypen, and Mandeville, and they said the section of fiber cable that was damaged was had protective concrete slabs and sealed the manholes. Those were breached, and the company is restoring, they said, working to restore as quickly as possible. They said they're also condemning the act which has taken place, as you know, on election day. So if you're having difficulties, that might be the cause. All right, let's just look at what's happening here in St. Catherine East Central. Let's see, this is completed. The JLP's Alando Terrelong has retained his seat with 6,364 votes. Raymond Price of the PNP polling 5,379 votes. Let's go now to Jamila Maitland, who is in the constituency.
I'm on the Newlands Main Road in St. Catherine East Central, where Jamaica Labour Party voters are in high celebration mood. Now, TV at a shop right now is the main attraction, and that's because they're watching the live results right now. Crowds of people just swarming around the TV, trying to see what's happening with their member of parliament. Now, by the latest data that I had, Alando Terrelong was comfortably winning, and I just saw now from their TV that he was declared the winner. So as you can hear in the background, lots of excitement here on the Newlands Main Road. I am going to call in a Jamaica Labour Party supporter right now, Kimmy. Kimmy's joining us. You're live on TVJ News. Tell us, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling so excited right now for my nice team MP, because me I tell you, him work. We're talking about funeral, we're talking about niner, we're talking about graduation, we're talking about assistance. Him tell you put in your pot and get office every Thursday for assistance. We're talking about education, him dead there. We're talking about all people, him dead there. One turn long, cross the board. We're talking about your house burn down, him dead there. 9-night funeral, him dead there. Oh God, man, I feel so excited for my MP. One turn long, never two. Pick up a nice system MP. Show Labour right.
All right, so that was Kimmy here on the Newlands Main Road. We are in St. Catherine East Central, where Alando Terrelong was declared the winner by the preliminary results. He is now the MP for the third time here in St. Catherine East Central, where he defeated Raymond Price, the PNP's Raymond Price, and there was an independent candidate from the JPP, that is Cassian Radcliffe. I think her name is Cassian Radcliffe. So that's it. Lots of excitement, as you can hear. And they are tuning in to TVJ News, getting the live updates here of what's happening on our results show. There you have it. It's back to you in studio, Dion.
Thank you so much, Jamila. And of course, TVJ is exactly the place for you to get all your ongoing coverage of this election. Let's go over back now to the EOJ with Kalisha.
Yes, Dion, we're almost at the finish line. 93% of all the boxes counted. And earlier, it's similar to what we saw in the previous update. The Jamaica Labour Party was leading by, well, it was 32-31 at one point. And now we're seeing it's back at 30-33. So the Jamaica Labour Party leading in 33 constituencies to the People's National Party's 30. An interesting one, Dion, that you pointed to earlier. We're going to go to it. We're seeing in St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's seat. We're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Paul Buchanan, leading in that seat. And we have 87 of the 105 boxes counted. So it's almost 82% completed. And we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate leading in the Prime Minister's constituency. And we're going to move over now to St. Andrew Northwestern, where we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Ethne Miller Simpson. She is trailing the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, Dwayne Smith, in that constituency. Going down now to St. Andrew West Rural, where we're seeing, well, the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, the incumbent, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. She is leading in that constituency to 8,290 votes to the People's National Party's candidate, Joan Gordon Webley, 7,157 votes. Now, should the incumbent hold on to this seat, it will be the second time the Jamaica Labour Party has had 3 consecutive wins in that constituency in St. Andrew West Rural. And going over now, if the videographer could just come with me, we're going to St. Ann Northwestern, where we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Gabriella Morris, at 6,989 votes to the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, 7,383 votes in that constituency. Final one, Dion, before I come back to you, in Portland Eastern, we're seeing the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate still trailing the People's National Party's candidate, Anne-Marie Vaz, 8,072 votes to the People's National Party's Isaac Buchanan, 8,290 votes. So as I said, we're almost there, almost at the finish line for this evening, Dion. 93% of the boxes counted. And again, the People's National Party leading in 30 seats, the JLP leading in 33 seats. It's back to you.
Thank you so much. Really important to get that kind of global picture of what is happening. 33-30, and you heard as well, it seemed to have been moving a little bit up and down, but the latest figures there, 33 seats in which the JLP is leading and 30 for the PNP. Here's St. Thomas Eastern again. This is 2 boxes left to count, 126 of 128. And this has been declared now for Rosemary Shaw of the PNP. The incumbent Michelle Charles has lost this seat, 7,284 at this point to Yvonne Shaw, and the JLP is Michelle Charles, 6,807. Here's Portland Eastern, 1 box left to count here. Isaac Buchanan, 8,290 votes. This is what Kelisha just read for us, but I wasn't sure of the boxes left to count. So we have 1 box left to count, in fact, in Portland Eastern.
And Manchester Central.
Okay.
Interesting.
Read from Errol.
Rhoda Crawford, the incumbent, has held on to defeat Donovan Mitchell. She secured 9,035 votes to Donovan Mitchell, 8,861. So that's 1 hold in Manchester for the JLP.
Strong candidate, hard-working member of parliament. she deserves to go back to Parliament. Rhoda Moy Crawford, one of Jamaica's best talent in the Parliament.
Manchester North Eastern, and Audrey Marks has taken it. 7,652 votes to Valentin Wint of the PNP, 6,209. Clive Warren of the JPP, 33 votes. And it's tightening again in St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's constituency. Paul Buchanan, 4,867 to Dr. Andrew Holness, 4,762. So that's 50.5% to 49.5%. Trelawney Northern, and you have Tova Hamilton, the incumbent, leading Dr. Wickham McNeil, 7,408 to McNeil, 7,198, 131 of 146 boxes. St. James Southern, Nikisha Burchell of the PNP, continues to lead.
Completed.
Oh, in fact, I didn't see the tick. It's completed, so she has won it for the PNP. So that's one pulled back for the PNP from their last time.
The work begins.
Good. Good.
St. James West Central, 71 of 106 boxes. Marlene Malahou Fort, 4,193 to Andre Houghton of the PNP, 3,633. And Clifford Barnett has 15 votes.
I think what we're seeing is the election is really down to the wire and it's still anybody's game at this point in time. I think what the major
you don't think the PNP has lost?
No, I think there are plays for us to. I think there's 2 plays for us to reach at least at 32.
Okay. You like listening to the Democrats watching the election and thinking that Kamala Harris still had a path. Hillary.
Come on, man. Come on. Lady, stop your eyes.
I think
I'm hearing the Democrats.
Yeah, you were counting on Manchester Central, though.
But I guess we traded it for West Central in St. Andrew.
Oh. Okay, here's St. Catherine, here's St. Catherine Southeastern here. It says 29 boxes of 135. And we have the PNP's Alfred Dawes with 7,405 to Robert Miller of the JLP, 6,939. Sian Cliff of the JPP with 64 votes. So 6 boxes left to count here. This was one of those seats that the PNP had some infighting in.
Yes.
And the question was whether it would have hurt Dawes. St. Mary's Southeastern. This is 109 boxes out of 112. And we have the PNP's Christopher Brown having pulled ahead a bit now with 6,313 votes. JLP's Norman Dunn, 6,293.
Yes.
Mark Hutchinson of the JPP with 25. I am sure I heard Ron say this one was taken for the JLP. I'm sure I heard that.
I'm St. Mary West, the chairman's seat.
No, sir, I'm sure I said the other one. But all right. St. Mary Western, 129 of 147. Bobby Montague, JLP chairman, with 8,182. Omar Woodbine?
Yes.
Of the PNP, 7,403. Chase Neal of the JPP with 31 votes. St. Ann Northwestern, 127 out of 135. Crystal Lee is holding on to the lead with 7,428 votes. The PNP's Gabriella Morris, 7,077. And here is St. Ann Southwest, 81 out of 105 boxes. The incumbent Xavier Main of the JLP, 5,561 votes to the PNP's Danishka Williams, 4,104. Clive Edwards of the JPP with 30 votes. Go ahead.
PNP has taken Kingston Central.
Sorry, you have to talk louder.
This is showing that the PNP has taken Kingston Central.
Yes! Yes! Franklin Town! We're gonna have a PNP, yes!
Okay, here we have it on
yes! Yes!
Chief McGregor
Yes!
pulled ahead.
Yes!
Okay, this is
Yes!
magisterial recount.
Bumbo clap!
12,739 over Donovan Williams of the JLP being
Spoilers! Back!
27. Swanee did the match from
Yes!
12 votes.
Yes,
All right, this
definitely.
one is headed to a
Yes!
magisterial recount, but the preliminary vote shows Steve McGregor of the PNP the winner, Garth Barnett of the UIC
Ah.
23 votes. And just to say
Get
for
back
our
ready to
viewers
your
and
seat.
listeners, that when you have these kinds of close results, as I
My
said, if
place.
inevitable, the parties are going to ask for a magisterial recount. When you see like 200 or 50, that sounds like a small margin, but you're not overturning that in a
Thank you,
magisterial recount.
Franklin.
12 votes they might be hoping to overturn. Clarendon Southeastern, Pernell Charles Jr., 94 boxes out of 144, 6,004 votes. Sian Barneswell of the PNP, 4,805. Sian Thomas, 38 votes. So Clifford, you start
so
back up again.
embarrassing.
Binford.
You know, I'm looking at the
Losers.
scales on the two sides.
sides.
Yeah, at which point one is up and one is down. Here's Northern Clarendon,
Boy, that's a
95
PNP.
boxes out of 100.
Chief and
The
Chief,
PNP's Wavell Hines, 5,000. Okay, this declared for Wavell Hines.
Get
So
it
the
back.
cricketer heads to Parliament. So we'll have a cricketer and an Olympian, it look like.
Yeah. No, well, Nether Soul is another, but he played for Jamaica. He was another cricketer in Parliament years and years ago.
But what's his name? Former PNP Gensec. His name is slipping me now. He's in St. Andrew.
Who? Julian?
Julian, he's a former cricketer.
At the youth level.
Yes, okay, good.
Yeah, we're
he did
talking.
something
Yeah.
Yeah.
129 boxes of 135. St. Ann Northwest, Crystal Lee continues to lead, 7,547 votes to Gabriella Morris, 7,242.
That's living. The margin getting.
Manchester Northwestern, 99 boxes out of 104. And this one, okay, Michael Phillips of the PNP, 6,687. Damian Young of the JLP, 5,516. And Trisha Stewart Angus, 36 votes. Okay, let's just give you this last one and then we go to the break. So this is nearly completed. So we can say Everard Warmington, this has been declared. Everard Warmington retains his seat. Let's go to a break. Stay tuned. You can hear some of the critical seats. We're still waiting to hear final results. We're back in a moment.
Wow, Franklin Town, going back PNP. Yes, Central Kingston. Important seat that for we. How you mean? How you mean? Important seat that for we. Well, I'm happy we get back Franklin Town. Although them declare winner already still. You know, I don't want to get to the nationwide from, you know what I'm saying? We still have some critical seatless. But me say them a ball win already. But Chacha, get back to Franklin Town though. Get back that seat there. Look like you might go lose it.
Connected.
If PMP even lose the election, I want the Prime Minister lose for him.
It look like you might go lose it.
Him me want lose him. See, I don't even
It
mind
look
worry
like
about
you might
if-
go lose
if
it.
JLP win. Me want that criminal losing seat. That me say. Me want him losing seat.
Close.
The rest I can win. I don't care. But him figure yard to thief. And the wife he got to. But him, if he lose his seat, man. If he lose his seat. Yeah. I don't care if he lose his seat. I mean, I want nobody can attack me because my name not depend on ballot of Jamaica. I don't even live in Jamaica, I live in New York. So nobody can attack me. Because everybody can talk when they want to talk. Nobody attack me. I want the Prime Minister lose his seat. Well, the PNP has gained seat because there were 14 and now they have 18. So they did well. They did well because 14 to 18, that's good. Uh-huh.
I'm happy we get back my area. I'm not happy about nothing. I'm happy about that. Happy we get back my area. Happy. I wanna know no else them side of town there. It's what I say. But I might celebrate still.
Desmond McKenzie is with Ricardo Books at Belmont Road. Ricardo? Yes, yes, we can. Proceed, please proceed. All right, I'm here with Chairman Deputy Local Government Minister, Desmond McKenzie, and get your reaction to what's unfolding today.
Georgia, them have it at 29-34. Georgia. Yes, and I like them call it at 29-34. Georgia. Georgia nationwide. Don't have a call it thing, so. Bumbo.
Results tonight are going to speaks volume to the
Georgia.
in the era of peace. Because a number of seats were dying to the year and you were able to take the majority of seats and watching the numbers with Central Kingston. We look at that and the determination of my market. But you don't need to come back to it tonight though. The market is significantly reduced. Well, it doesn't let us
this bubble up, can't understand nationwide, them thing not clear. Alright, okay. Get some bad, but them have it at 29-34 to Bongo and Tees. Let me get somebody else. Okay, Jesus, peace. I'm so see if I'm a deal with.
$193 votes. The PNP's Dr. Andre Horton, 46.3% of the votes, 3,000 and 3. And then St. James South, we had gone through that one already.
Yes.
Okay then, let's head up. So based on our tally, it's 29 for the JLP and 27 for the PNP, and of course it's the race to 32. Just to remind our listeners, 29 for the JLP, 27 for the PNP, based on CVM's tally so far. This race is neck and neck, Nika Lewis.
I'm itching to hear what my analysts have to say. Mr. Barrett?
Yes, I'm eager to hear what the update is on St. Mary Western, the chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party, Bob Montague seat. Eager to hear that. Yes, but so far, very, very close. And in keeping with my prediction, I said on another media platform this morning that it's going to be a tight race, and it is shaping up to be just that.
I haven't heard anything from North Clarendon either.
Yes,
the seat that Weaver is contesting against the incumbent. I think Sybil's is the incumbent for North Clarendon.
And the seat with
I've not gotten any update from North Clarendon. I think Michael was leading comfortably. I was getting the number from North Clarendon, so I'm interested to hear what's happening over in North.
This is where first to go, but regardless of how it pans out, I think the big sign that we're getting from the people across the country.
Well, nationwide have it at 34-29.
And I see that's the signal that we're getting. The people want change. We're seeing it in the Prime Minister's seat, and we're seeing it across the country as well.
Consistency is key. At the start of the night, I said we'd win, and we're there. We're almost there.
One owner did have it right, because the two of you said you were going to win. So, you know.
Yeah, but
it could be a tie.
It's clear when you look at seats. Rhoda Crawford winning, holding on to that seat. When you look at Xavier Main performance, when you look at Norman Dunn holding on in his St. Mary's seat.
Tell me what has surprised you.
A surprise is that Anne-Marie Vaz. It's a big surprise. I had Mrs. Vaz in my numbers It's a seat I thought would have won. It's not to be based on what we're seeing so far, but that's a big surprise for me tonight.
Clifford, what's that surprised you?
PNP in a Portland now.
Manchester Central was a surprise for me. I think that's a seat that we comfortably could have taken. So seeing how well Rhoda played out, that was very much a surprise for me.
Okay. That perhaps you misinterpreted or underestimated the kind of work she's been doing?
Yes. Well, I think in my head how I had it, or that her I guess win in 2020 was mainly because of how broken the PNP base was at the time. I think, and I thought at the time, Donovan may have done the necessary work to mend defenses in that seat. But I guess her being known to be a hard worker is enough to push her, or was enough rather to push her across the line.
Here's Clarendon Southeast, 120 boxes of 144, and we're seeing Pernell Charles Jr., 7,617. Sian Barneswell of the PNP, 6,832. Sian Thomas with 49 votes. And where are we going next? So one of the Charles siblings remains in Parliament. Trelawney, Northern, we still have 5 boxes left. Let me see what y'all think about. Oh, this is, all right, me and the man. Tova Hamilton of the JLP, let's stick to the numbers. I can't go wrong reading numbers. 7,894 to the PNP's Wickham McNeil, 7,746. St. Elizabeth Southeastern, 94 out of 109. Franklin Witt of the JLP, 8,220. And Norman Scott of the PNP, 6,176. Raymond Dobbs of the JPP, 39. St. Andrew East Rural, 129 of 137. Juliet Holness, 8,617. Patrick Peterkin, 7,865. Kamisha Hendricks has 46 votes, and Purcell Jackson, 38. Purcell, I think. St. James West Central, here we go. Haven't seen this for a bit. 80 boxes of 106. The JLP is Marlene Malahoo Ford, 4,704. Andre Horton of the PNP, 4,122. Clifford Barnett, 15 votes. And St. Anne Southwestern, 86 boxes of 105. Xavier Main of the JLP, 5,837. Danishka Williams, 4,280. Clive Edwards of the JPP, 30 votes. St. Anne Northwestern, 133 out of 135 boxes. And Crystal Lee of the JLP, 7,971 to Gabriella Morris of the PNP, 7,317. St. Mary's Southeastern. 1 box left here. And Norman Dunn of the JLP, 5,006. Let's start over. Norman Dunn of the JLP, 6,592. Christopher Brown of the PNP, 6,575. Mark Hutchinson, 26.
That may be the seat I was thinking of in terms of the third candidate. Perhaps his vote making the difference. We don't know which way it might have gone, but it raises that possibility.
Central Kingston as well.
26
the independent in Central Kingston got 23.
Yes.
And there's a difference between Steve McGregor and Donovan Williams of 12.
Trelawney Southern, 26 boxes of 96. Marissa, feel like we've been stuck here. Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, 1,787. Paul Patmore of the PNP, 1,486.
But if we could just pause on the counting, on the numbers a little bit, because, coming into this particular election, what I had and what I've been sharing throughout the night with Clifford are the seats that the PNP had to take back to win the election. Southeast on the screen now is a weather vane seat. It has voted for the winning party for the last 5 elections, and it has given the nod in this instance to Franklin Witter retaining Southeast. I suspect a similar thing is happening in Southwest, which is the other weather vane seat where Floyd Green there is challenged by Miranda Wellington. And I expect the same out of Western St. Mary. We see the results here for Southwest with some boxes to go where Xavier Main is leading Danishka. So I had about 21 seats that the PNP needed to topple tonight if they were going to win. There's Western St. Mary, the other weather vane, completely declared for Robert Montague, even though the polls going into this, some of them showed that he was treading water. So he's beaten hometown boy Omar Woodbine, not by a lot because he's coming from thousands, but he's won it. Yeah. So against the 21 that I think the PNP needed to take, so far they have taken only 14. So the 14, as good as those are, they don't appear that they will be sufficient for them to win tonight.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going over to Western Hanover, where Anthony Lugg is on location.
Thank you so much. So I'm just outside the Watson Taylor Park here in Western Hanover, where the counting is still going on over here. I'm now joined by a PNP supporter who is outside here. She's extremely excited. Talk to me about how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling extremely happy at this time because I know that Western Hanover is going back to the People's National Party. And I know that one by one of them and Prophet, they are going away.
It's still early days yet. The counting has not finished yet. But why is it that you're so confident?
Because of the votes that we already get so far, you know that we're leading. You understand me, so I know that Heather Miller is going to be the winner for Western Hanover tonight.
All right, thank you so much. So as she just said, Heather Miller is going up against the incumbent Tamika Davis of the Jamaica Labour Party. We will be here on the ground. We will be monitoring the situation. It's back to you in studio.
All right, thank you so much, Anthony Lugg, for that. And as you can see, we have our reporters on the ground. And here you're seeing the numbers. This indeed has been called for Heather Miller Bennett of the PNP. Let me see, there's one box left, but the numbers here, 6,969 votes to Tamika Davis's 5,859. Leonard Sharp of the JPP picking up 54 votes.
PNP, what were they?
And we're back with
there.
Has this moved?
We get some orange art.
This is the Prime Minister's constituency, listeners and viewers, and we've been seeing this result for a little while, so we're, of course, monitoring closely to see where it's going and what's happening here. That's St. Andrew West Central. Just to remind our viewers that we are on radio as well, which is why you hear us reading a lot of the results. This is Carnon Southeast, 140 boxes of 144, Pernell Charles Jr., 9,207 votes to Sian Barneswell, 7,770. Called now for Pernell Charles officially. Had it been called before? Yes. Yeah? Okay. Okay.
And by the way,
so I think which one I haven't seen for a while is that other St. Elizabeth seat. But slowly.
That's Northeast.
Yeah, slowly.
Yes.
Zuleika won that.
We haven't seen it come up.
Yes. Was it declared?
I think so.
Well, it hasn't come up for...
You could declare.
By the way, it's particularly important because of what has happened with the telecom services. Many people are actually listening on radio.
Right.
So it's very important that they get these results.
Yeah. Here we go. This was with one box left to go, 124 boxes of 125. So Ika Jess of the PNP.
Let me see the green art them if you're there.
83. So this indeed has been declared for Jess of the PNP over Delroy Slowly of the Jamaica Labour Party, who at this point had polled 7,693. And Myrie of the JPP picked up 20, and Joseph Patterson of the UIC picked up 11 votes.
This is a long-standing PNP seat. This is really just a rebalancing of everything with the anomaly
of 2020. This is Kern Spencer, Raymond Price, and then Evan Redmond. This used to be a very strong PNP seat, so no surprises there.
I would say though that I think one of the things we have seen is, I mean, the rebalancing you're speaking of, sure, but at the same time also an indication that the voters can't be taken for granted. No. Look at Northern Trelawney, for instance, where we're seeing this. Has this been declared yet? Okay, Tova Hamilton, 8,062 votes. Wickham McNeil of the PNP, 7,788. So I take your point, Emily, but I also think that we are seeing a new generation of voters, and that seats that previously had been thought safe. I mean, Central Kingston is not going to be in anybody's safe column. Declared no for Tova Hamilton. So Wickham McNeil, having traveled across Western Jamaica, wasn't successful in terms of getting back into Gordon House via Trelawney Northern. And again, this was a
take back Central
my point exactly.
This is a big victory for the Labour
Party. Big victory there, I agree.
Tova Hamilton. She won in 2020 and she's back. She's going back to Parliament. Hard-working member of Parliament.
You never get to do that.
I'm very happy for her, just as I'm happy for Rhoda Crawford and many other persons.
Okay, we in fact have Nikinsky Robinson, who is in Trelawney Northern. Let's go to her.
I'm now at the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium in Falmouth, where the counting has been concluded for the Trelawney Northern constituency. And the word that I'm getting from the election officials is that the seat was successfully retained by the incumbent member of parliament who was seeking a second term as MP, Tova Hamilton. Now, she is the first female member of parliament for Trelawney Northern, and she has successfully done so tonight from what we've heard. She was going up against the People's National Party representative, Dr. Wickham McNeil, who is the political juggernaut, who is not new to the scene at all. And so he was seeking redemption because he was unseated when he served as member of parliament for Western Westmoreland in the 2020 general election. We saw very frantic and chaotic scenes here tonight, where even one of the Jamaica Labour Party supporters, in the height of their excitement and partying, she passed out and she was rushed to seek medical attention. We've not gotten any word as to her state right now, but we're hoping that she is recovering well. But now the place has been emptied out. The lot is really and truly emptying out right now. As you can see behind me, there's a huge Jamaica Urban Transit Company bus. And just before we started this video, we saw very long lines of traffic emptying out the lot, heading back onto the main road. So the polls have closed, the counting has ended, and it seemed to have been Miss Tova Hamilton from the Jamaica Labour Party who was first past the post tonight.
I think we were talking about the seat, and as I was saying, I think this exactly makes my point. The parties can no longer afford to be complacent and think of seats as, safe PNP or safe JLP seats. And I think that's actually great for the country, great for the constituencies themselves, and overall, as I've been saying, great for democracy.
Yes, I agree. Quite a few of the young women from the JLP who won in 2020 have been returned in 2025.
Hamilton, Rhoda Crawford,
Crystal Lee.
Okay, here is Juliet Holness's seat now. St. Andrew East Rural, 130 of 137 boxes declared for Juliet Holness. So the former speaker holds on to her seat.
Yes.
If we can spend a moment and try and figure out what is happening in West Central St. Andrew, when it comes up on the screen, I want to see what is going on with the Prime Minister.
Well, I mean, the numbers hadn't moved, so.
Right, but when we get our update, it will move in favor of the Labour Party.
Oh, you know that.
The numbers,
right, so the same.
This is the same, that's what I'm saying. It's been the last 2 or 3 times it's come up, it's been the same. So I suspect the next time we see it, it'll probably be completed.
Yes.
I know a lot of the time, I get nothing. I know a lot of the time, the people who are watching the counting.
And that is why I'm saying when it's changed the next time, you'll see party leader, Dr. Andrew Holness.
What we have here is that Northeastern, or what my side is saying, that Southeastern St. Mary has been called for Norman Dunn.
No man done. For Christopher Brown.
Yeah. No,
So-
sorry, you just got yourself in a whole heap of trouble there with your party people there.
Well,
So,
right
so,
now,
there it
right
is.
now,
Yeah.
Dr. Dunn is leading. Yeah.
But he hasn't changed from where it was before.
Right. So there's only one box left there, and so you're saying that.
We're saying it's been called for.
And that one box has given him.
So it
That's
go.
what I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's my understanding as well. By 12, I
So it go.
understand
Another one
Norman
going
Dunn
to
has lost.
ministerial.
On a magisterial recount.
Yes.
Any
But we will
PMP
see.
there?
So whose column was that in for anybody?
That was a mistake
We
for
do
the
a good
PNP.
fight.
In my column, they needed to take back Southeast St. Mary. And they have, but again, I said, based on my count, it's still coming up a little short because of, the other areas that have not come fully. Yeah? So,
That's one of those cases, if indeed that win is confirmed, in which the PNP finally managed to take back a seat that has been with the JLP now for several terms.
So I wish part of all heap of PMP gone.
too. And they've taken as well the Southeast St. Catherine with Dr. Alfred Dawes. That is also a big win. Robert Miller losing there, I think we already showed that. But again, when they didn't manage to wrestle Central Manchester from
Leave
Northern
her alone in a
that's
thank
a
you,
big,
Jordan.
really
Thank
big
you.
win.
No
or
call the
hold
lady no
for
troublemaker.
the Jamaica Labour
Please
Party.
and
So you do
thanks.
take one there, but then you don't take the other, and the numbers just don't add up.
She's not no troublemaker. Thank you.
Marlene Malahoo Fort as well in West Central St. James. I think you were
supporter.
hoping to take that one.
Yes.
You may come up just a little short with that one, even though it's not yet officially completed in terms of counting, but we shall see.
Okay, let's
She
just...
disrespectful to who?
Since you mentioned that, this is the latest
When you
we
see
have
the
from
woman
West Central St.
disrespectful
James.
to who?
82 boxes
No
of
bother
now
start the
6.
foolishness, you
The
know.
JLP's
Please
Marlene
and
Malahoo Fort
thanks.
with 4,788.
Please.
The JLP's Andre
We
Hall
can't
with
be of excuse ourselves.
92. Clifford Barnett 15 votes. We'll get to
Ah.
a break. We're back
I
with
hear
our
Prime
live
Minister
election
must have
show
God.
in just a moment.
Oh, please. Now leave me supporter. As there with me when I no election go on. Please. Leave the lady alone. Please and thanks. Oh. Please and thanks. I want to know when she was disrespectful to the Prime Minister. People can't talk their mind. I don't bother with it tonight. Thank you. Wrong night. Now I'm going to make the election get rid of my supporters. Oh. Supporter. Will support me. Oh. Okay. Oh, in every shape and form. Oh, every shape and form. My sure can boring. My pocket can empty. And like some man who just come over here and I put up about people road. Now leave me alone here. Thanks.
Just over the line, the PNP, you can almost feel the tension there, the palpable anxiety. They are not so confident. You can see the mood there. So that usually gives you an idea of what's happening. They would know a little bit more detail in terms of where the boxes are coming from, what has been counted so far. So they have a sense. So despite the improved showing from the People's National Party, the JLP supporters so far, they feel they have done just enough. Let's continue to look back at the numbers here from the seats that we have not called. Trelawney South with Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, but the numbers there, the count
JLP them a
are
party,
very
the
low.
PMP them
Less than
stand up at a
30%
rally.
of votes have been counted in Trelawney Southern, so we can't really make any projections. But
Nah,
I had
lie.
called that a JLP safe seat before any counting had started. But we
So
still
we do
can't
expect
call it.
Marissa Dalrymple Philibert to come home with that one. Let's go then to St. James West
Oh, mash
Central.
up my
This
page.
is one of the four hottest seats.
PMP and Eberite
But
when
St.
them
James West
not support
Central,
my page. My
Marlene
people them
Mallow,
there
fourth
every day and I
incumbent,
send
is
them play my
leading by
voice note.
nearly 600
And I
votes,
keep
but there
me
are
going.
roughly 2,600 votes left to count.
So 90 of 106 boxes, 5,118 to the incumbent Marlene Mallow fourth. Dr. Andre Houghton, 4,667 with 47.6% of the votes. That's St. James West Central. Watching that one closely. And then we go now to St. Elizabeth Southeast, Franklin Witter.
Comfortable lead with Franklin Witter, but too early to call because he's leading by about 2,000 votes, but we have roughly 6,000 to count.
All right.
And then Clarendon North, a seat that tends to be very marginal. The PNP is leading. That is, Waverly Hines is leading Dwight Sidlis by a little over 200 votes, but there are about 350 votes left to count.
Very, very close. This one in Clarendon North, Damian Gordon.
Right, sir. Sorry about that. So, for North Clarendon with 300 plus votes to count and the PNP's candidate leading by over 200 votes, it would mean that the JLP's candidate would have to get pretty much all the outstanding votes. That is highly unlikely. So while it's too close, I think at the end of the count, the People's National Party is likely to win that seat. Waverly Hines of the People's National Party is likely to win that seat. And that would constitute another pickup for the opposition People's National Party.
So Dwight Sidlis, just to give our viewers an update. So Waverly Hines, 5,963 votes. For 5,441 votes for Dwight Sidlis of the JLP, 48.9% of the count so far, 97 of 100 boxes. Just remind us, Christoph Simpson, what we have outstanding?
All the
for Clarendon Northern in terms of the numbers.
Roughly 350 votes would come from those remaining boxes.
And Waverly Hines is leading by over 222 votes.
Yes. So I know it's a local government election, but there's an election where the difference between the parties, the margin was just about, it was less than 140 votes. So because that seat tends to be so marginal, you don't want to make a call so early.
Very, very close election, this one. Very, very, very close election, this one. Clarendon Northwest. Let's just take a look back at Clarendon Northwest.
Clarendon Northwest, the counting had finished and the PNP had won by almost 500 votes, 499.
So Clarendon, the northern parts of Clarendon, very, very close between each of the parties, and we see, we remember earlier on we had already, Richard Azan getting himself back into Gordon Hill. So there are just a few seats that we are monitoring, leaning some to the JLP, some to the PNP. When we come back, we'll give you some more on this, but we are now heading to a break here on CVM's Decision 2025. Stay with us.
Device connected.
Race. Two parties, one have to win and one have to lose. But all I'm saying, the People's National Party, they did well, and I would say congratulations to the JLP because they really won. So that's it. And no luck, you wanna stay about troublemaker and this and that. Me I enjoy life and I live happy. You wanna stay there? You wanna time to follow me? You wanna lucky? Put me on phone head. Me happy over here. Me good. I no can't stand me this a laugh. Me talk anything I want because no know me. Me talk when me want to talk say I laugh off a own. No stand me. Me put pound on head on neck we broke. Jamaica call out no stand there. No stand there take up me put pound on head. Me heavy you know. Me no like. Me have little weight. No stand there take me put. I laugh off me. No sorry no comment and I laugh off a own. Whoa, me happy over here. No lucky. Me never live in Jamaica. You see, let me tell you something. I can't take everything serious. And everything people say you just take serious and get it. No. When we have high blood pressure, sometimes we don't take things pass.
No, it's big lie.
People don't even know me chat. I just say.
Sure.
I can't stand them. I'm sorry to comment and laugh. Anyway, good night, everyone. I'm going to sleep.
Let me talk it clear. I don't want them fooling it over here.
Two parties, one have to win and one have to...
Clear. Come on, when you come mash up over here. And JLP a kill off JLP and PMP a kill off PMP in them area. I mash up my issue and gone. And the politician back to them thing. Oh, I only run gone at other page. Now bother with it over here. Let my people them who support me. Please and thanks. PMP and Labour right. Do. No bother with it.
In West Central St. Andrew, that the Prime Minister is, at least by what we have seen, trailing at the moment. But there are still 18 boxes to go, so he could very well, bring it home still.
One of the things our listeners and viewers will have heard throughout the night is you will hear one of the panelists saying something like, it depends where the boxes are coming from. So in other words, you might have one candidate leading in a particular constituency, but if the boxes left to come in are coming from a stronghold of the other party, then you could see that result turn inside out. And that's basically what it is we're kind of seeing happening throughout the night. Sometimes you see the seesawing of the votes going between the two candidates. A lot of the times that's what's taking place. Yeah. Okay, so now the issue in relation to what happens as soon as this is over, as we've said, the party that is declared the victor, we're going to be declared the victor. We're going to expect to hear, because of course, viewers and listeners, we are going to be with you until the end. So we are going to be waiting to hear whoever gives their victory speech, whoever gives their concession speech. And we were talking the other night, Earl, about a night, in fact, when there was no concession speech.
Yes, and that was 2007. I think it was 2007. It was that close, and Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller did not concede that night. They were awaiting some recounts. Yeah. But by the next day, it was clear that the JLP had won.
Just as though the JLP will win tonight again. So
well,
yeah. So they all actually prepare two speeches. We're here, you have to have two speeches, or people just come out and talk.
Well, I wouldn't know, but I'm sure that the leader of the Labour Party would have prepared one speech, because from the get-go it was clear that Jamaicans would choose Jamaica, and we're seeing it tonight.
Okay, you never stop. You don't stop. You don't stop. Clifford, come.
I'm just curious, are they choosing Jamaica? Because from what I'm seeing, the PNP has gained massive ground in this election, regardless of who becomes the Prime Minister. I think that's one thing that the PNP should tap on his shoulder.
This is a sport, right? This is a sport. You have to have a winner, you have to have a loser. Tonight, you're the loser.
And clearly, the most honorable Andrew would not be the winner in this situation. Well,
of course, he's leading the Labour Party to victory.
St. Anne Southwest declared for Xavier Main, and we previously declared the previous seat, which kind of went fast.
Crystal Lee.
And
Anishko.
Right, declared
Mishka Williams.
for, there we go, declared for Crystal Lee of the Jamaica Labour Party. 8,050 votes to 7,488 for Gabriella Morris of the People's National Party.
Right.
Gabriella Morris had been a senator,
Yeah.
throwing her hat here into the representational ring.
So
coming
this-
up short this time around.
This means there's no change at all in St. Anne. The PNP went in with Southeast, which is their bastion. They've held that. This is Lisa Hanna's seat, Foggy Mullins' old seat, crucial to the PNP base. Northeast St. Anne, which is Shahini Robinson's old seat, has been held by Matthew Samuda. St. Anne Northwest, Crystal Lee won that in 2020 and she has retained it. Fought off the challenge by Gabriella Morris. And then St. Anne Southwest, that's the Xavier Main seat that he has also held, that particular one. So there's no change between 2020 and 2025 in St. Anne.
So here's the question now. So let's assume, just for
PMP. That's one of them things there. So I might say, do a good fight, but yeah, numbers them. No, so I'm for those give congratulations.
Who won
It
it
a
from
look a while
Harry
still,
Douglas
but
at the time.
this one
From
for
then it
just,
became
you see me?
a ding dong back.
Call it
And
a
I think
day
that
and
Mr. Green,
one
when he won it,
Jamaica and the
it went
best of
to,
the country and call it a day. One of them
and
things
they
is
had a
still, you see
by-election,
me?
and the JLP won it, and I think they have been holding it since.
Let's say nothing changes in the final count tomorrow, but a party that has lost by just about 10 votes, will they be looking for a magisterial recount? Will Norman Dunn be minded to try and get a magisterial recount for St. Mary's Southeast?
Okay, when the final count is done, and the lawyers, in these close seats, they will have lawyers watching the count. And if the number of rejected ballots, and some people tend to confuse rejected and spoiled ballots. So quickly, a spoiled ballot is one that never went into the box. So a voter will come from behind and say to the presiding officer, this ballot was spoiled, and so it will be put in the spoiled ballot envelope. But one that goes into the box and was not marked properly, or is marked for both candidates or something like that, is rejected. Or, there's some contention about it. If there are more rejected ballots than the margin of victory, then it will absolutely go to a magisterial recount so that the magistrate can adjudicate on those ballots.
And we should say, if this one in Southeast St. Mary does in fact go to a magisterial recount, it will be the second magisterial recount with Norman Dunn after going to a magisterial recount in 2016 as well. Let's go back then to Christoph Simpson. What's the very latest in terms of the numbers? And by our count, the JLP 31, PNP 30. So the JLP just needs one more to get to 32. The PNP needs 2. Patrick Peterkin will have to work some magic to get by Juliet Honus. 134 of 137 boxes counted. 9,141 votes for Juliet Honus. Patrick Peterkin, 8,228.
All right, so we can, I guess that was the 31st seat, calling St. Andrew East Rural for Juliet Holness based on those numbers.
For Juliet Holness based on these numbers. And so this then would justify why the JLP supporters at party headquarters on Belmont Road were cheering from about an hour ago, because why would they have been cheering, Orrit Fisher?
Okay, initially the PAOJ would have been ahead in terms of the results. But based on the time that would have been extended so far, that would give the parties enough time to get the results from the various indoor agents, because at the end of the count, each indoor agent is given a copy of the statement of the poll as to the results, and they will then transmit that to whether at the constituency level or at the headquarters that would have set up, and so they would have been able to tally and to know exactly what farm, what seat they would have won and lost. So based on the delay coming from the EOJ, the party would have overtaken them in the process and would have no realized how many people they would have won, and hence the celebration.
Titania, yes, something more coming from Christoph Simpson?
It's not something more. If we count the JLP at 31 seats already, and out of those 31 seats, we have St. Andrew West Central, which is party leader's seat. We have Trelawney Southern, which is a known JLP safe seat at this point. And we have St. James West Central, where
Marlin Malahou Fort is leading.
Somebody help me out. How it work? If the Prime Minister lose his seat, how that work now? I mean, no man still Prime Minister win overall, but him lose his seat. How that work? Somebody help me out, please, and thanks.
So far.
The celebrations at Belmont Road and how that works. We are looking at 34 seats. Just is enough. And right now we have a celebration on our hands, and we're ready to continue the work.
Right, so Nika Lewis is at the curve screen.
Indeed, I am, Gio, and I can tell you that we're looking over in Hanover Western, 116 of 116 boxes counted. We're seeing where the Jamaica Labour Party's Tamika Davis eked out 45.6%, not good enough to beat Heather Miller Bennett of the People's National Party.
Can you help me out with that now? More than one person want to answer. Good night. Can I ask a question? Sure. If the Prime Minister don't win, what happens to the party? Who win? Am I going to still be the Prime Minister? You know, them win. But I don't know with him losing a seat or what them lose for that. I mean, he might lose a seat. Him in charge of the area there, that are the obvious, and a film area. So I would assume that alone go on if him lose it. When I correct me now, I send me a play my voice note. He might still Prime Minister because them win everything. Just I use, common sense that man use. But I would assume him not govern film place no more. I don't know if more or less to it, but you see me?
Secured a whopping 54. Is it a whopping? It's still a big enough margin.
And I would assume that's an embarrassment. If you are around the country and your area, the people are not believing in you. If you lose it. So I'm not, close, so that says something, even if they win it. So I guess it would be a little embarrassing. Why I can't read it out? I'm going to read it out now. Why I can't? Give me permission to read out that one. Because you're JLP. Let me read it out now. You're not JLP. Give me permission to read that one here, man. Please. I think you was JLP. You're not JLP. Give me permission for read it, please. So give me permission for read it. All right, then I can't read it then, no problem. Because say yes.
Because it gave her victory so far, if we can look at these preliminary results as final enough. But this margin, I think you can't question this margin. 6,995 to 5,907. It is one of the few, in fact, one of about 5 women-only contested seats in this general election, and so that matters, especially for Heather Miller Bennett, who is now a winner. We take a break, but we promise you that when we come back to CVM TV's Decision 2025 coverage, we'll have something amazing.
All right, so them call us seat there.
I had a look at that before. Declared.
No, it's declared.
Yes.
So it has reverted to the norm.
So
That was
that
is Marissa Dalrymple.
JLP retained.
Parliament, she resigned, she went back, she won
the look like we gained some seat,
They call her Mama down there for good reasons, Mama D, and she's back.
Yeah, delivered
once
again.
But I'm saying the context of this election is that it's an historical first for the JLP, and there is a third term syndrome. As we look at West Central, St. James, where Marlene Malahoo Fort is leading with 91 of 106 boxes there. She's leading Dr. Andre Horton.
Well, I see them just come off of them damn break.
4,710 for Andre. So you're battling that third term syndrome, and for all of the kitchen sink and so forth that has been thrown at Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party, one really shouldn't be able to recover from that and to even win a third term with all of those conditions prevailing. So I think when the history books are written, there are a lot of pluses.
Chat up here garbage at night time.
A lot of pluses.
Over there with a blood clot fish
for bringing back the PNP from near virtual electoral dead.
Stand up and have all a fish attack for it.
That they lost.
And now a bomber clot last. We'll be a walking people.
Here of the
congratulations, JLP. One of them things.
Go back
Big up
to
on
the
yourself.
headquarters and to
Nah, gonna be a sore loser. Big up on yourself. Congratulations.
People have that life for you as well.
And by the way, if indeed the turnout for this election is only 1% above 2020, it also says something about the significance of the PNP's move from 14 seats last time to 29 or thereabouts this time. It would seem therefore that the PNP has recovered a significant portion of the vote.
We just need to get out some
Because when
new
you look at the
voter.
numbers, between
Because if we have one more, just 1% difference in the people who come out last year than this year, and we gain 14 seats, that means, you see me? We make some move, but it just wasn't enough. That's what I say. Probably for to convince some, new voters to come out or some people that them yard, because the number is still low. So people are registered for vote. Too low. But people have all type of problem with them never vote. And my granny the one go vote, and then can't go vote. The line just too long. She couldn't do it. And they even have a line especially for the elders. So my grandmother couldn't do it. She really want to vote, and then carry her go vote. And the line was too long, she couldn't wait.
2016 and 2020.
That affect both parties,
the
not
voting was
just one.
down and people are saying COVID and so on. But when you looked at the actual numbers, the PNP had lost 127,000 voters, and JLP had lost only about 28,000.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, there were some constituencies in which the JLP actually managed to increase its vote count. Is this the same number or it gone
No,
up?
it has gone up.
97 votes, 97 boxes.
Angela lose, man.
105.
Number God,
JLP
shot God.
5,989. Paul Buchanan of
Yeah,
the
man, nah,
PNP, 4,923.
Right. And I think a story will have to be told as well about this.
Jaja, Andrew met the call and said, no way, Jose, you're mad.
Because it was the 3rd of September 2007.
Yes.
3rd of September 2016.
16, yes.
2020? 2020 rather.
Them couple box there.
3rd of September 2025.
So PNP not get no vote out of them couple box now they left.
Every 3rd of September
is probably
Fire still in about. You don't know. We just go with the thing still.
Of September.
Fire that.
Okay.
Third term.
Fire that.
Just to say the seat has now been declared for Prime Minister Andrew.
As expected.
Them 4 box there were there, and get every single vote.
Buchanan. Very good run, Paul Buchanan. You did promise you'd beat Andrew Holness, and you came pretty close to that, because I didn't even look at West Central in my calculation because I thought it was a done deal. But he's done well. Yeah?
Clifford, you ready to concede? There has to be a point.
I think regardless of who becomes the prime minister, who walks into
That's a yes.
Gordon House.
Hide my ID. Person said don't read it out. Or I ask him to read it out. And them say, yeah, I can't read it out. I tell them I want to read it out. Don't read it out. I think JLP thief the boxes. The votes. I don't want to send a vice note. I don't want people come for me. Yo, special last seat there. For 4 bucks, them have left, you know. Like the man get the whole of the vote out of the last 4 bucks. Yo. Yo, take out the shame out of them, yeah, like them I say, no, that can't be possible. So sudden to blood clot, the man take like a 5-point lead. I couldn't even believe that blood clot. That's how it goes still. Now gonna be a sore loser. Man come from behind with like 4 bucks left to blood clot. Jump go like 5 points. Yeah. And pull a camel upon we. So a man say, yeah man, and pull a camel, but I have to sleep with it on, you know? Yeah man, and pull a camel upon we. So a man say,
government,
yeah man.
the PB, they're about, so it has
60.28, yes.
60.28, so,
But in all fairness, Ron, I don't know what.
I know it all depends on where the boxes come from, you know. And we can't know from where the box them a come from, like one time. So if I wish for all of theme people, them obviously, I was from all of theme people, them the last set of box come from. Obviously, I can get every single vote out of them. One time, before we start use the digital something, we could have tell. Because them would have to travel with the box them. So they would have know which actually from that area there. But through them send it in digital them days, yeah. You know tell which I come from this. So when them did I travel with it, you could have said, you know, them then coming it from that area that are far out or, you know. And then when I know it's a stronghold, but so let go. I will have feedbacks them the left to the end. So, what I gonna do? Can't be a sore loser. Congratulations to the JLP. Big up on yourself. I say,
Can be done to get people out. If people were not electrified for this election,
Hold a stick a pin for me.
I don't
Let's
know
go over
what.
to the jail.
I'm going to give them about 100,000 apiece. Trust me.
Thank you very much, Dion. The mood here at the JLP headquarters shifted a bit earlier when they saw the numbers of Paul Padmore in the Prime Minister's constituency when he was leading a bit. So the numbers shifted a bit. I'm going to speak to this supporter. When you saw the numbers shifted for the Prime Minister's constituency, what was going through your mind?
I mean, I wasn't devastated by that. If you recall the last election, when the count started for the Prime Minister seat, he was also trailing. So if you look at the history,
And I trust that's it there. Just that one day. I just not trust the last one. That one day the Prime Minister. But you know, now this is the way them back when thief the money then. The blood play. All them the nervous about it. But them thief the bumble clock money, them thief the one.
There could not be a third term without Andrew Holness. So once we knew that we were winning the third term, Andrew Holness had to win his seat.
Were you always a JLP supporter?
Yeah, well, from the
Hey
time
boy,
I
let me
started
show you.
following politics, I became a JLP supporter because I vote based on policies and not family lines and traditions. So I'm not a die-hearted comrade or a die-hearted JLP. I vote based on policies and the history of Jamaica's politics as well. So the JLP has always been better in terms of managing the economy. The JLP is founded out of a need to support the working class. I'm a working class. I'm looking forward to climb that corporate ladder. And the JLP has statistically in history done better for working class and for the economy. So I had to support the JLP.
Right, and very quickly before we go, because we got so excited to talk, I forget to ask you your name and which constituency you voted in.
So my name is Robert Blackshaw, and I voted in Eastern St. Catherine. It's not PNP fair seat, but I still exercise my right to vote.
Thank you so much. And as you can see, the party-like atmosphere.
Like a dolphin still, but you know, you might talk right still.
Thank you so much, Andrew. So let me just go back to
Bumblebeat.
the voter turnout issue and give our listeners and our viewers a sense of
You like
where
to
we're
punch
coming
out
from.
something,
Just to
broke
remind
through
you,
something,
you're watching
bumbuck.
TVJ's live coverage of the
Nah, like, me not feel
2025 general election. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. Thank you all so much for staying with us across the platforms, on radio, on TV, on YouTube, on onespotmedia.com. Those of you here at home and those of you abroad, we are happy to have had you, and we hope you continue to us. We're taking you right till the end of tonight. All right, so if we just look at the later years, because we know, earlier and all kind of things that go on. So if we look at from 90, let's just choose 97. That was a 65% voter turnout, right? 2002, we were down to 59%. 2007 was 61. 2011, we're at 53%. 2016, as I said, the first year we fell below 50% with 48%. And 2020, 35%. And now 2025, 38% voter turnout. Only 4 in every 10 registered voters bothering to come out and vote. Emily was saying something before
You can't green up the screen, man. A full screen, man. You can't
But
green it
Emily,
up.
my view has always been, I have never thought that the two major parties have seriously tried to attract anybody other than their base. When you even look at the campaigning, what is the campaigning? It's only the point,
That me
orange
said
and green
before,
and nice on the
PMP should
campaign
try and
trail.
get some
It's
new
fun to
people to
watch.
come out.
It really is. But
And
for
probably could
people
I
who
get
are
a little
not
edge there.
inclined to join in the
Let me get
carnival
some
and the
people.
singing of
You
the
see what
songs
man
and
say?
whatever and want serious engagement, what's that?
Carnival of the absurd.
For people who are not looking for that, I have not seen either party making any serious attempt to pull in everybody else.
But let me try and respond to it. I don't know the answer to all of that, but the numbers can't be quoted in a vacuum. When we were at 1997 with 65.22%, there was 1.1 million voters on the list. In 2002 with 59.4, there was 1.3 million. In 2007 with 61.4, there was 1.336 million. For whatever reason, in 2016, we jumped to 1.8 million people on this voters list. 1.8 million in a population of approximately 3 million. And in September 2020, we're at 1.9. This election, we're 2.07. Where so much people come from on the list when we have 3 million people in Jamaica? Is the list completely clean of dead people? And are there dead people on the list who can't make it? And so the voter turnout will never be larger than it is because we have a ballooning list for hundreds of thousands of people that we need to double check. I don't understand it. And the reason I'm asking this question tonight is because I have been watching elections.
Nobody under 18 in the country, man.
First election. I'm seeing such fervor and energy. Every man and them dog. Every animal in the house energized.
Hold the man and the dog for me. Let's just go to the break. Told the updated voter turnout figure, 39.33%. 39.33%. And we're back right after.
Just about the same from the last election, it seems. The one before that was in the 40s, I think. So I must have a whole heap of dead people up on the list. It seems like just about the same amount of people go out. You know. That no go out. It seems like that. Like just about the same amount of people go out. Them go hard on the two sides still. And get the people them rile up still. So, Tim could have said them have to drop more money. I know. So, man, get some more people for come out. Then, they always have people who are going to take the thing and about show up. You what man say? Get wild up and when the day come, you just keep back still. Probably we need new sensors in the country. Yeah, almost how much them said up on the voting list? And I 3 billion people there. Everybody over 18 in Jamaica. And how much of them dead people that vote? Everybody over 18. But congratulations to the JLP. You know, congratulations. Big up on yourself. That's what man say. But for us move along and call it a day. Although, you saw man say, I don't like lose, but I just saw it go. I don't feel good about it. You know, man say, I don't feel good about it. None at all. My team lose, I don't feel good. But one of them things, life goes on. Hope the Prime Minister can unify the country and just work together and make the country be a better place. So, man say, so it go. By next week, everybody forget about this. PMP a kill off back PMP, right in them same area. JLP a kill off a bunch of JLP, right in them same area where them live back together. So what man say? Yeah man. I'll buy tomorrow. Right in them area. Them same area where them come from. Kill off each other. That's what man say? And I have nothing to do with PMP and JLP. So man say, so the Prime Minister does find a way for unify the country. You have to be a Prime Minister for the whole country, not just so who vote for you. And thus peace and unity and the best for the country. And that's what me want. I have to just work with it, accept it, and call it a day. That's what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like it still. Yeah, man, them can't green up the screen, man. I would have win, man. I go. That's what I'm saying? I don't like it, but what am I going to do? Tell them to arrange up the screen and we lose. Let's green up the screen and done. So it go. You see me? Wish another man say, but that's not reality. So just be fair about the thing and done. You see me? Bumbo clot. Blood clot fish that way, so man. Bumbo clot. Fishini. Mal have a run the thing. Bumbo clot. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Look more hard, I know what to say. But what are them things I am, man? I'm gonna say a good last. Good fight still, you know? Close, good fight. But I love my football. And A good loss are kind of like the worst. Rather have a scrappy win. You see what I say? I'll have some mishaps and win the game. Get a penalty or not forget and win the game. And play good and lose the blood play game. You still not gonna get the points. You're gonna lose. But it's what I say. So you see me? Good loss never make you feel good. Scrappy win always make you feel better. So I say, even if it's a goal going on, we don't really get the goal, but it going make you feel better and play good. And the man them still win the game. But sorry, still blood clot. Cha-cha, can't know nothing about it. Bomber clot. Sick clot, ras clot. The water turnout should have been more. Cause that me really are there, I think. If the people them the same like on the boat side, the way them are go, what them have to do? Give people them like 100 grand an individual for go for what? Cause if them did that go and the turnout still so little bit. I try to see if you even get it back in the 40 something. And what you have to do? Cause I want to seem like the boat party go hard. Forget the voter them out there. You know, I look upon it and I see the excitement and the something them are go on. Like which set of people them miss? PMP them gain back some, yes, obviously them gain back some and make it closer. It look like I basically the same set of people them come out back. Like the people them, the young people them was like 14, 16, 17. From 14 I go up. Them time they are reaching a voting age. And they look like them convinced all heap of them younger one there or something. And they look like them convinced them. They look like the same set of people. Them not say it officially, but from what the numbers I say, can't just say JLP win. From where was the Wagwan
and with us as well from the PNP YO, we've had Clifford James and Ron Walsh from Young Jamaica, the affiliate. Let's go over to PNP headquarters.
Wagwan and the PMP and everything, a JLP win. I'm going to stop that.
All the comrades on the platform, all the comrades in the audience, all the people of Jamaica who are listening, watching. First of all, I think it's my duty as a believer in democracy to acknowledge and concede the result and to congratulate our opponents, Jamaica Labour Party, for their victory tonight. Jamaica's democracy is important and we must cherish it.
True.
Sometimes it brings bitter disappointments. Sometimes disappointments are laced with a tinge. Not all is fair and just, but it is very, very important that we put democracy ahead of all of those feelings. And I accept the result of these elections. And although obviously I'm very disappointed in the outcome, I think it is only correct to expressly acknowledge the success that our opponents have managed to gain today. I want to thank a lot of people. And first of all, I have to thank the comrades and supporters of South St. Andrew for standing with me, for coming out today in their numbers, and for giving us a decisive victory in the constituency which I have the honor to serve. I also want to thank our campaign team, led by our campaign director, our general secretary, Dayton Campbell, Dr. Dayton Campbell. Also a newly minted member of parliament. Congratulations to him on his victory in Eastern Westmoreland. And all the other members of the campaign team who worked with him. There are a number of names there. I don't want to attempt to go through all those names because I'm going to probably forget somebody and then I'll regret it. But they have done a tremendous job. The communications team, I want to thank them publicly for the work they have done. And that is a night and day kind of job. It starts very early in the morning and goes on till late at night. So their commitment to the task at hand is remarkable, and I want to thank them deeply for it. All of our candidates who ran in this election and their campaign teams, I want to thank them for their effort, for their commitment to the country, to the democratic process. I want to, of course, congratulate the 29 who have been successful tonight, and we have more than doubled our number of MPs tonight. And for those who were not first and they still committed themselves extremely well. And I want to say that this was a wonderful demonstration of the maturity of Jamaica's political process, that we could go through such a closely fought election without any violence to speak of. And we must all give ourselves a round of applause. In our homes, if you're listening, here at PNP headquarters, because that was not always the case. And I want to just thank all of the pioneers who led that process to where it is today, where I think we can safely say that Jamaica is a place that really cherishes and respects the democracy that we have built. I want to thank the people of Jamaica for having received us so well and having given us hundreds of thousands of votes and given us 29 seats. We don't take that for granted. We thank you for your time today. I know the voting was often painfully slow, and that's an issue which more will have to be said about, because it's an undemocratic situation when people, elderly and other people, have to be in the hot sun lining up to vote for sometimes hours. And it should not be that way. We should do better. And we have to do better. I must tell you that I'm proud of the platform that we put forward for the people of Jamaica. It was a truly progressive platform, a platform that offered radical reform to the land tenure issues that have plagued this country for centuries. A radical platform that would have enhanced the standard of living and quality of life of those working families that are struggling to survive now by giving them significantly lower tax burdens on their income. Progressive in a social justice sense as well, around issues such as beach reform, contract work, and other things which really need to be addressed because there are injustices in our society which cannot be tolerated and should be modified and rejected in their current form. So I just want to thank all of the team that came together and developed those ideas and put them forward boldly and without reticence. And I think that for many Jamaicans, they saw the benefits and the power that that platform and those ideas and proposals would have delivered. So ladies and gentlemen, for us it's a difficult night. This is not an easy speech to make. one wasn't hoping for a result which is not success.
Well,
And it means that the government will get its third term, and we will have as a nation to deal with that going forward. But the People's National Party, I'm happy to tell you, is alive and well, is a powerful political organization. And has embraced modernity in its methods, and has definitely, I think, over the last few years, come a long way towards being a competitive political force in Jamaica. And as the General Secretary said, the work begins right away to prepare ourselves for the next opportunity to offer ourselves to serve the nation in government. And I believe the people will, in due course, give us that chance. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, the word is love. Power to the people. God bless you all. Thank you for your support.
Listening there to the president of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, giving his concession speech. The final seat count, 34 seats for the Jamaica Labour Party, 29. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that in case I mislead anyone. Just to remind everybody that what has been done tonight is a preliminary count. So the seat count at the end of the preliminary count is 34 for the Jamaica Labour Party, 29 for the People's National Party. The final count is going to take place, and then we're expecting, certainly in at least those two constituencies in which we saw razor-thin margins of about 11 and 12 votes, we are expecting those to go to Manchester.
Never know how you that, my friend.
After that.
Think they say one Valerie pioneer, but never know how you.
The Prime Minister, JLP headquarters, seeing there a jubilant Desmond McKenzie.
Edda, help me out now, please.
As well, seeing Delroy Chuck, and we will be handing over to the JLP headquarters soon as well. Babsy Grange, and you can Horace Chang. I saw Kamina Johnson Smith there as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And we're witnessing for the first time in contested elections a Jamaica Labour Party government that is having a third term. They had two terms between 1980 and 1983 was uncontested, and they faced the possibility of a third term in 1989, but 83 being uncontested. This is the first contested third consecutive term that they have won, and this says something.
Everybody stood quiet.
Organization as well, with all of the
that's what happened. Well, who should I tell me?
And all that he was made.
No, not you. I'm talking to them that's texting me. Sorry.
And no doubt intensify because of the increased numbers on the opposition benches in the House of Parliament. So it does promise to be an.
All right, catch you on my God.